Ernie man, how we doing? Man. Alright. Christian, what the hell's the point of these videos? You're just on here ranting. No one watches them. Well, I'm gonna get a little bit more structured, guys. Relax. I'm getting my shit together like everyone else. So, the point of this video is to cut down the commute to work so it doesn't fucking seem so long. And number two is to extract some life lessons from the experiences that I've had. That doesn't make sense. Extract the lessons from experiences that I've had. There you go. Complete sentences, not fragments. Anyways, I'm here to talk about why and what it feels like when you make a commitment and then you don't follow through. And you feel like absolute fucking dog shit, right? You're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. It's the fucking new year, new me. It's time to get my shit together. Let's go. And then 2 weeks goes by and you're like, oh my goodness, what happened? My fucking self-confidence is the same. You know, it's just, you start, so here's my thing. I'll tell you my experience, and if you extract some lessons from it, here you go. January 1, Christian Buckle, sitting in my room, thinking about what I could sacrifice because I'm just a weirdo for the betterment of myself. I judge myself way too harshly, but that's fine. A lot of people do. We're in a big boy world. So I said, you know what, Christian? No more fucking dipping, dude. And when I say dip, I'm referring to the Zen cans, which are so fucking good, right? The little Zen nicotine pouches. So what I told myself January 1st, you know what, Christian? No. Right? No more. One, they're expensive. That's not why. But number two, I'm starting to notice a pattern where I used to just take the nicotine pouches when I was writing my manuscript a lot, because it would help me write, it would help me focus and lock in. I don't know if that's true or not, but it helped me focus for sure. I felt like I couldn't hear anything else besides my fingers typing and stuff like that, so it helped me focus. I'll say that. And then I started realizing, I'm like, cool, I found something that works for me, nicotine pouches, got it. But shortly after, I'm like, well, I mean, I need to focus when I'm driving. So, I'll throw one in. Well, I need to focus when I'm, after my workout, because I feel really good, and I could make this feeling even better with nicotine. After post-workout feeling, you know, you feel great. I want to throw one in, which was killing my appetite. And then, you know, just follow the pattern. Eventually, there wasn't any time where I didn't have nicotine in my fucking system constantly. So I lost awareness with, one, how the fuck you're supposed to feel. And number two, what it actually felt like to focus without stimulant, to force yourself to sit there and be bored and feel anxious. So, what am I getting at? Because I digress. I'm getting at this truck driver doesn't know where he's going. Here we go. What are you doing, guy? All right. So I made the commitment January 1st, dude. Within the first 14 days, I fucking opened the can. I mashed the little arrows, cracked it open, and just, woo, baby, feel great. Right? So you can't live like that. And number one, you have to realize when something feels so good, like when you get a buzz from nicotine, my goodness, I feel great. I feel like I could conquer the world, and my eyes roll back in my head. It's just a great feeling, right? But the same feeling, you can't get that. It's not natural to live like that, right? And you got to realize that. So the first thing I think about when I make a commitment, and then I just fucking jump off a cliff head first and say, woo, let's live on the hog, baby. Not anymore, but we're talking about nicotine. the first thing that I think about is, dude, how much courage did it take? And first off, I'm embarrassed at the amount of courage that it took me to start said commitment. So I'm embarrassed at the level of courage that it initially took me to start something that is hard for me. So that's number one. Number two is I'm upset at the fact that I'm frustrated about not following through with my commitment. So you mix frustration with embarrassment with a little, and that ties into like resentment towards myself, which lowers your self-confidence. That's what was happening. And then the next thing is, well, how in the world, I think about how in the world am I going to do this all over again? Because I already started, I might as well just fucking take every can that I see. So here's what I do. Right, and I'm not perfect, and I'm not a therapist, but here's my fucking life lesson for the day, and if you can take something from it, go ahead. Number one, I look back from the times in my life where I showed commitment and follow through on an extreme level, and I say extreme because I go past the point of what I thought was possible. So the guy that did the Ironman, the guy that woke up at 4:30 and got in 37-degree ice bath for fucking 2.5 years, the guy that pulled out his life savings and went to Tucson, Arizona, the guy that wrote a fucking book, the guy that ran 75 miles ultra marathon in 24 hours, the guy that rode 523.9 miles on a bike in 5 days, over 29,000 feet of elevation gain, the guy that consistently showed up for himself, right? I think back to those fucking times in my life and I say, if I can do that, then I know deep down I have what it takes to do whatever I said I'm going to do. That's what I think of after all these negative, oh, boo-hoo me, the courage it took me, I'm embarrassed, and now I'm resentful, and now I need to go past that emotion and disassociate with that shit and realize internally the history that I built for myself, the memories that I can look back on and that you have, where you have displayed discipline and what it really takes. That's number one. Look back at your past and find, and if maybe you don't have some, it's a good fucking day to start one. Maybe you haven't achieved something crazy. And it doesn't have to be extreme. It just has to be past your perceived limits. And for me, most people said that was extreme to go fucking do an Ironman after a year of back surgery, right? Most people say the shit I did was extreme, but it wasn't for me. It was just what I needed to do to fucking develop and win that internal battle. So look back at your life and find a time where you're extremely proud of yourself from the achievement, not from the achievement rather, but from the persistent action that you took to achieve said achievement. That's what you need to do. Where in your life have you said, God bless America, dude, I fucking did that. 42 weeks Ironman training, consistent, missed maybe 2 workouts this entire time. 42 weeks, did ice baths. 42 weeks, did saunas. 4,400 meters of fucking swimming every Friday, right? I remember that. It's ingrained in my mind because the shit sucked. But at the end of the Ironman, I felt so incredibly proud of the journey that I took. So that's the kind of the feelings that you need to generate. You need to have the ability, the capacity within yourself to generate the feelings that you've had along that experience in your life where you're like, damn, I can fucking do this. I can do this. I can do this. Right? That's number one. Number two, you got to give yourself a hard stop date. Boom. So number one, realize what the fuck you are and remember who you are based on your history. And number two, give yourself a hard stop date, period. February 1st, new hard stop date. Number three, give yourself some fucking compassion, dude. Most times I don't achieve anything on the first time. And that's not like some preconceived notion. That's just because I'm fucking half a fall away from a russet potato. And making a commitment is not only hard for me, it's embarrassing, it's resentful. Like I said, it's just this whole cycle. Maybe you're like me, I don't know. But this is for people like me. And then number 4, this is the most important thing, I believe, because it's the last step, which is, I don't even like saying it, but for me, this is what I do. I remember who I am. I give myself compassion. And then give myself a deadline. And the last thing, dude, I just give in. You know? That's part of giving compassion for me. It's probably not the best move, right? You could definitely overdose with some shit. But I'm going to tell you a quick story. And then we'll get this thing wrapped up. When I was a little kid, I got busted smoking, or my brothers did. And I was with them. I don't know if I was smoking or not, but I don't remember. Anyways, we were smoking cigarettes, and my mother found out. And my mother was like, nah. You guys want to smoke? Here's a whole entire pack each. Go ahead and rip it, son. And if you can make it through this entire pack of cigarettes, then you can smoke. So I made it, you know, like a little kid. And just super embarrassing. Wanted to throw up. I was less than, I don't know what I was preteen. I had to have been. Just fucking, just on the ground, hurling. Right? I gave in. My mother allowed me to overdo it to the point where it just made me feel sick. And then I look at it and I'm like, I will never do that again. Same thing with this commitment. It worked for me. I don't know. Again, I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. I just know what I'm doing and it's working. Right? I just opened the can of dip and fucking, or the can of Zens, and just fucking lived on the hog, baby. High as I fucking could on nicotine for as long as possible until I made myself absolutely just abysmally sick. Right? I started with like 3 milligram, then I went to 6, then 12, then 18, baby. Let's go. Never went past that, but I just overdid it, right? And then I felt like absolute dog shit afterwards. After the nicotine, I guess, is done getting into your bloodstream. I don't know how it works, or your liver or whatever, but I don't know. It's just not good for you, right? I didn't feel good. I didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel like I could even make a video because no one gives a fuck about anything that you're doing in your life. That's what I was thinking. So, to recap, how to get over your commitments that you made and then you didn't follow through with it and you just feel like shit. That's what this video is about. So, number 1, fucking remember who you are, dude. You probably did some crazy shit in your life. Right? You probably overcame some extreme amount of adversity somewhere in your life. If you're alive, then somewhere along in your fucking shitty life, you have overcome something. Number 2, give yourself some fucking compassion, dude. It's okay to fall on your face. If you're not falling on your face, that means you don't have a goal in place. If you don't have a goal in place, that means you're not even fucking trying. If you're not even trying, that's when you fucking should feel sorry for yourself. Right? That's when it's valid for me to be like, damn, you're a fucking piece of shit. If you're not even trying, right? If you're trying and you're falling on your face, give yourself some fucking compassion. Number 3, give yourself a hard stop date or time or something, right? You fucked up the first one. Okay, compassion. Give yourself some fucking a break. New start date. Here we are. Boom. Let's start hard on this one. Right? In football, they say the fucking play is over. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. You know? Just fucking let that shit go. It's okay. No one's fucking perfect. No one's judging you as much as you are. Trust me. And the fourth and final thing is give into it. Don't fucking make yourself overdose. But give yourself a momentous occasion where you look at Zen now and you're like, ugh. You're like the little kid that smoked fucking half a cigarette in a row and just, you know, just, that's what I did. I don't know. That's my 4 steps of overcoming a commitment that I made and then I didn't follow through. That's what it is. So hopefully you guys learned something. Love you guys. Take care. Journeyman out.